Hare Krishna. Welcome to all devotees. Today we continue Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2nd, Chapter 7, Schedule Incarnation, and we try to understand Shloka Kramanka 15 and 16. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। थैंक यू।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं
देवीं
सरस्वतीं
सरस्वतीं
व्यासं
व्यासं
ततो
ततो
जयम् उदीरयेत्
जयमुदीरयेत्।
नष्टप्रायेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
भद्रेषु
नित्यं
नित्यं
भागवत
भागवत
सेवया
सेवया भगवती
भगवती उत्तम
उत्तमश्लोके
श्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति
भक्तिर्भवति
नैष्टिकी।
नैष्टिकी।
हरे कृष्ण श्लोक अंत सरसि उरुबलेन पदे गृहीतः
अन्तः सरसि उरुबलेन पदे गृहीताः।
ग्राहेण युद्धपतिः अम्बुजहस्त आर्तः
ग्राहेण युथपति अम्बुजहस्तार्तः।
आह इदम आदि पुरुष अखिल लोकनाथ
आह इदम आदि पुरुष अखिल लोकनाथ।
तीर्थ श्रवण मंगल नामधेय
तीर्थ श्रवण मंगल नामधेय।
श्रुत्वा हरितम तम अर्ण अर्थिनम प्रमेय
श्रुत्वा हरितम अरण अर्थिनम अप्रमेय अप्रमेय।
चक्र आयुध पदक राज भुज अधिरूढ़
चक्रायुध पतगराज भुज अधिरूढ़।
चक्रेण नक्रवदनं विनिपाट्य तस्मात्
चक्रेण नक्रवदनं विनिपाट्य तस्मात्।
हस्ते प्रगृह्य भगवान् कृपया उज्जहार
दस्ते प्रगृह्य भगवान् कृपया उज्जहार।
अन्तः सरसिरुबलेन पदे गृहीतः
अन्तः सरसि उरुबलेन पदे गृहीताः।
ग्राहेण युथपतिः अम्बुजहस्त आर्तः
ग्राहेण युथपतिः अम्बुजहस्तार्तः।
आह इदम् आदि पुरुष अखिल लोकनाथ
आह इदम् आदि पुरुष अखिल लोकनाथ।
तीर्थश्रव श्रवण मंगल नामधेय
तीर्थश्रवः श्रवण मंगल नामधेय।
श्रुत्वा हरि तम अरणार्थी नाम प्रमयम्
श्रुत्वा हरितम
प्रमेय
अर्णनार्थिन अप्रमेय।
चक्र आयुध पतक राज भुज अधिरूढ़
चक्रायुध पतगराज भुज अधिरूढ़।
चक्रेण नक्रवदनं विनिपाट्य तस्मात्
चक्रेण नक्रवदनं विनिपाट्य तस्मात्।
हस्ते प्रगृह्य भगवान् कृपया उज्जर
दस्ते प्रगृह्य भगवान् कृपया उज्जहार।
अन्तः सरसि उरुबलेन पदे गृहीतः ग्राहेण युथपति अम्बुजहस्त आर्तः आह इदम् आदि पुरुष अखिल लोकनाथ तीर्थश्रव श्रवण मंगल नामधेय श्रुत्वा हरितम अरणार्थी नाम प्रमेय चक्र आयुध पतक राज भुज अधिरूढ़ चक्रेण नक्रवदनं विनिपाट्य तस्मात् हस्ते प्रगृह्य भगवान् कृपया उज्जहार
अन्तः सरसि उरुबलेन पदे गृहीताः। ग्राहेण युथपति अम्बुजहस्त आर्त। आह इदम् आदिपुरुष अखिल लोकनाथ तीर्थश्रवः श्रवण मंगल नामधेय। श्रुत्वा हरित तम अर्णार्थिनम् अप्रमेय। चक्रायुध पतगराज भुज अधिरूढ़। चक्रेण नक्रवदनं विनिपाट्य तस्मात् दस्ते प्रगृह्य भगवान कृपया उज्जहार।
Translation and purport by the Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The leader of the elephants whose leg was attacked in a river by crocodile of superior strength was much aggrieved. Taking a lotus flower in his trunk, he addressed the Lord, saying, O original enjoyer, Lord of the universe, O deliverer, O as famous as a place of pilgrimage, all are purified simply by hearing your holy name, which is worthy to be chanted. The personality of Godhead, after hearing the elephant's plea, felt that the elephant needed his immediate help, for he was in great distress. Thus, at once the Lord appeared there on the wings of the king of birds, Garuda, fully equipped with his weapon, the wheel chakra. With the wheel, he cut to pieces the mouth of the crocodile to save the elephant, and he delivered the elephant by lifting him by his trunk. Purport. The history of delivering the leader of the elephant, whose legs were attacked in the river by the superior strength of a crocodile, is described in the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Since the Lord is absolute knowledge, there is no difference between his holy name and the personality of Godhead. The leader of the elephants was much distressed when he was attacked by the crocodile. Although the elephant is always stronger than the crocodile, the latter is stronger than the elephant when it is in the water. And because the elephant was a great devotee of the Lord in his previous birth, he was able to chant the holy name of the Lord by dint of his past good deeds. Every living entity is always distressed in this material world because this place is such that at every step one has to meet with some kind of distress. But one who is supported by his past good deeds engages himself in the devotional service of the Lord, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 7.16. Those who are supported by impious acts cannot be engaged in the devotional service of the Lord, even though they are distressed. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 7.15. The personality of Godhead Hari appeared at once on the back of his eternal bearer Garuda and delivered the elephant. The elephant was conscious of his relation with the Supreme Lord. He addressed the Lord as Ādi Puruṣa or the original enjoyer. Both the Lord and the living being are conscious and are therefore enjoyers. But the Lord is the original enjoyer because he is the creator of everything. In a family, both the father and his son are undoubtedly enjoyers, but the father is the original enjoyer and the sons are subsequent enjoyers. A pure devotee knows well that everything in the universe is the property of the Lord, and that is living entity can enjoy a thing as ordained by the Lord. A living being cannot even touch a thing which is not allotted to him. This idea of the original enjoyer is explained very nicely in the Ishopanishad. One who knows this difference between the Lord and himself never accept anything without first offering it to the Lord. The elephant addressed the Lord as Akhila-lokanātha, or the Lord of the universe, who is therefore the Lord of the elephant also. The elephant, being a pure devotee of the Lord, specifically deserved to be saved from the attack of the crocodile, and because it is a promise of the Lord that his devotee will never be vanquished, it was quite befitting that the elephant called upon the Lord to protect him, and the merciful Lord also at once responded. The Lord is the protector of everyone, but he is the first protector of one who acknowledges the superiority of the Lord instead of being as falsely proud as to deny superiority of the Lord, or to claim to be equal to him. He is ever superior. A pure devotee of the Lord knows this difference between the Lord and himself. Therefore, a pure devotee is given first preference because of his full interdependence, whereas the person who denies the existence of the Lord and declare himself the Lord is called Asura. And as such, he is given protection by the strength of limited power, subject to the sanction of the Lord. Since the Lord is superior to everyone, his perfection is also superior. No one can imagine it. The elephant addressed the Lord as Tirthashrava, or famous as a place of pilgrimage. People go to place of pilgrimage in order to be delivered from the reactions of unknown sinful acts. But one can freed from all sinful reaction simply by remembering his holy name. The Lord is therefore as good as the holy places of pilgrimage. One can be free from all sinful reaction after reaching a place of the pilgrimage, but one can have the same benefit at home or at any place simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord. For a pure duty, there is no need to go to the holy place of pilgrimage. He can be delivered from all sinful acts simply by remembering the Lord in earnestness. A pure duty of the Lord never commits any sinful act, but because the whole world is full of the sinful atmosphere, even a pure devotee may commit a sin unconsciously as a matter of course. One who commits sinful acts consciously cannot be worthy of being a devotee of the Lord. But a pure devotee who unconsciously does something sinful is certainly delivered by the Lord, because a pure devotee remembers the Lord always. The Lord's holy name is called Shravana. This means that one receives everything auspicious simply by hearing the holy name in another place in Srimad Bhagavatam. His holy name is described as Punya Shravana Kirtana. It is a pious act simply to chant and hear about the Lord. The Lord descends on this earth and acts like others in connection with the activities of the world, just to create subject matters for hearing about Him. Otherwise, the Lord has nothing to do in this world, nor has he any obligation to do anything. He comes out of his own causeless mercy and acts as desires. The Vedas and Purans are full of descriptions of his different activities, so that people in general may naturally be eager to hear and read something about his activities generally. However, modern fictions and novels of the world occupy a greater part of people's valuable time. Such literatures cannot do good to anyone. On the contrary, they agitate the young mind unnecessarily and increase the mode of passion and ignorance, leading to increasing bondage to the material condition. The same attitude for hearing and reading is better utilized in hearing and reading of the Lord's activities. This will give one all around benefit. It is concluded, therefore, that the holy name of the Lord and topics in relation with Him are always worth hearing, and therefore He is called here in this verse Namadhaya, or one whose holy name is worth chanting. The Lord resides in His Vaikuntha planet situated. It is said, however, that anyone trying to reach that planet by airships or manned ship, traveling for millions of years, will find it still unknown. Modern scientists have invented airships which are material made, and the yogis may make a still finder a material attempt to travel by manned ships. The yogis can reach any distant place very quickly with the help of manned ships, but neither the airship nor the manned ship has access to the kingdom of God in the Vaikuntha Loka situated beyond the material sky. Since this is the situation, how was it possible for the prayers of the elephant to be heard from such an unlimitedly distant place? The Lord resides in the Vaikuntha planet situated beyond the material sky. Since this is the situation, how was it possible for the prayers of the elephant to be heard from such an unlimitedly distant place? The Lord uses his deities, powers, and potencies by mathematical calculation. The Lord can hear from such a distant place. He can eat from here, and he can appear simultaneously in all places at a moment's notice. Such is the omnipotency of the Lord. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Sri Gurave Nama Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guroho Sri Tapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavancha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakanutancha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Desha Tarine Vancha Kalpatarubhya Krupa Sindhube Etanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Today we continue Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 7, Schedule Incarnation. And we try to understand in these two slokas, 15 and 16, about the story of the Gajendra Moksha. Prabhuji will tell us in nicely in detail. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji, for a wonderful summarization and introduction to this all important topic. Most of us already know the story of Gajendra Moksha, how he, along with his family members, was enjoying. And then he had gone into the lake, the river water, and there he was enjoying. And then all of a sudden, crocodile comes and catches his fate. So time and situations can change drastically within a moment. And then he was proud of his strength, so he fought. The crocodile also fought, and the fighting went on for 1,000 years. And ultimately, Gajendra, he understood that it is impossible for him on his own to get out of the clutches of the crocodile's mouth. Luckily, at that time, he remembered his previous birth. He simply took up a lotus flower with his and then offered it to Krishna and prayed to him. And such is the magic of the prayers, Nama Rupa Bhideyaha, that it reached Krishna. He immediately decided now it is time to save him. He ordered Garuda. Garuda was ready. He sat on the wings of the Garuda. He came and he immediately, with his chakra, disabled the head of the crocodile and freed Gajendra. And then Gajendra recites wonderful prayers. We'll be actually seeing all this in detail in future in the next subsequent cantos. But what is important is how we get introduced to important concepts here. First is holy name and how it is not different from the Lord. Krishna is the source of complete truth and knowledge. So his name, form, qualities, pastimes, they are not different from him. So when Gajendra was caught in grave danger, he remembered the holy name of the Lord due to his previous devotional impressions. And that is where Gajendra's realization of the Supreme Lord becomes important. He addresses the Lord as Ādi Puruṣa, the original enjoyer. Now, just as father is the chief enjoyer in a family, the Lord is the supreme proprietor and enjoyer of the entire creation. So, a true devotee recognizes that everything belongs to the Lord and must be used only in his service. That is why in the purport, Prabhupada makes a very profound statement that one who understands this offers everything to Krishna before accepting it. That is why Gajendra called upon the Lord, the master of all worlds. Instead of seeking help from demigods, Gajendra cried out directly to the Supreme Lord, Akhila-lokanātha, the Lord of all lords. Being a pure devotee, he knew that only Nārāyaṇa could save him. And Krishna reciprocated. He immediately appeared on Garuda and rescued him. So Lord's name is a holy pilgrimage. Gajendra glorified the Lord as Tirthashravaha, the one whose remembrance yields the result of visiting holy places. So hearing and chanting the holy name sanctifies one without the need for physical pilgrimage. And pure devotees attain full purification through Namasmarana alone. So regarding the glory of chanting the holy name is Shravana Mangala and Punya Shravana Kirtana. Two important words come here. So merely by hearing or chanting, one attains piety and freedom from bondage. Unfortunately, people waste time in mundane novels and stories instead of hearing the Lord's glories. Gajendra's previous life, he was King Indradyumna. And because of devotional practices, He could remember those prayers even in the elephant body during crisis. So this demonstrates the power of bhakti, that no devotional endeavor is ever lost. In fact, we are all Gajendras. Just like Gajendra was caught by a crocodile, we are all entangled by own crocodiles, the threefold miseries, Adhyatmika, Adidevika, and Adibhuta. Birth, death, disease, old age, and the enemies, lust, anger, greed, and envy. The only solution is the holy name. Like Gajendra, we must also daily cry out to the Lord through the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Because this chanting liberates us from the crocodile-like sufferings of material existence. The Lord's protection of his devotees is assured. Although the Lord maintains everyone, he gives special protection to his surrendered devotees. Self-centered, demoniac receive limited help, but pure devotee is personally saved by the Lord because of his total dependence. Krishna explains the disqualification of such impious persons. In the 15th sloka of 7th chapter, it is stated that those absorbed in impious acts, bewildered by Maya, or those who are atheistic in nature cannot take shelter of the Lord. And in subsequent shloka, Krishna explains the four types of pious people: the distressed, the inquisitive, the seekers of wealth, and the wise who approach him. So Lord is the supreme enjoyer. Both Lord and Jiva are conscious and blissful. But the Lord is the original enjoyer because he is the creator and maintainer of all. Ishopanishad confirms that everything belongs to the Lord. Ishavasyam idam sarva. The living entity is only entitled to accept his allotted portion. Tena tyaktena bhunjita. Unfortunately, the modern educational system, it's not making people aware of their original position and what they are supposed to be doing. The modern schools inflate false ego by teaching enjoy, you are the master. Such teachings ignore the fundamental truth that the Lord is the real proprietor and enjoyer. And this rebellion against God results in difficulties as it begins in early life. Gajendra's prayer is of absolute faith. True prayer means complete reliance on the Lord, not on our own strength. Like Gajendra, we must pray with full faith and surrender, trusting that the Lord will surely protect us. And that is why the Lord is, we read the word aprameya, the Lord's inconceivable power. The Lord is residing in the adhyatmic loka, far beyond the material sky. In fact, it's unreachable real by any airplane or mental speed, even after millions of years. Yet when Gajendra cried for help, the Lord instantly arrived on Garuda and cut off the crocodile with his Sudarshan disc. So this demonstrates his aprameya shakti, a potency beyond measurement or calculation. No human intellect can grasp it. He can hear, eat, appear in unlimited places simultaneously. Therefore, devotees must never neglect chanting the holy name. For just as he saved Gajendra, he will surely save us. Another important aspect is we can take a learning from the Gajendra's remembrance from previous life. Even if a devotee takes birth in an animal form, the devotional impressions from the human life remain. Gajendra, who was formerly King Indradyumna, remembered his past prayers by the mercy of Krishna and called upon him. Similarly, we read the story of Jad Bharata. So King Bharat, though he became a deer, he remembered. And next birth, he became the Jad Bharat. So the conclusion is devotional progress is never lost. Even if one falls down, the Lord provides opportunities to return to remembrance. So daily mantra japa and Narsimha Stuti practice is important. Every devotee must develop the habit of daily chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And additionally, prayers like Ito Narsinga, Parato Narsinga, they strengthen remembrance. Even if one's consciousness remains incomplete in this life, such practices ensure that in the next life one will not forget Krishna even in another species. His chanting is our greatest protection in all circumstances. And that is why Lord is Paresha, supreme controller. Even powerful controller like Brahma, Shiva, bow to Lord Vishnu. Hence he is Paresha, the supreme controller above all controllers. What we also need to take away is the importance of Guru, the deity, and the spiritual transformations. One must not see the Guru as an ordinary person or the deity as a stone. Objects used in the Lord's service, the prasad, the temples, the bhajans, they all become spiritualized. As Krishna mentioned in the 24th shloka of the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is all pervasive. Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, this is homework for you, 4th, 5th shloka. It explains that while all beings rest in the Lord, He is simultaneously beyond them. And this inconceivable truth reveals His unique position. So, what is important that we start preaching through service? Adnyata Sukriti. People blinded by sin cannot directly approach God, but by engaging them in service, they gradually become purified and capable of understanding. And this is the secret of effective preaching. In one of the lectures on this shloka, Maharaj was talking about the importance of Om as well, Omkara. Because Om is not different from Lord. It is not an impersonal vibration, but a representation of the Supreme Person. And that is why Vedic mantras begin with Om to immediately invoke remembrance of the Lord. So, if we were to conclude, what we need to understand is daily contemplation of Gajendra's prayers. By reading, meditating upon Gajendra's prayers every day, our devotion becomes firm and unshakable. Just as Gajendra called out to Lord in his helpless condition, we too should cry out to Lord in every difficulty. Daily remembrance and contemplation of Gajendra's surrender strengthens our trust and faith in Krishna. Second is strengthening Krishna consciousness. Such remembrance nourishes our Krishna consciousness with stability, faith, and protection. It keeps us rooted in the conviction that the Lord is our only shelter. Thirdly, the Lord's inconceivable power, His strength, His reach, His form are all beyond human imagination and calculation. He's achintya. He can appear instantly in any form at any place to protect His devotees. Fourth takeaway is the eternal value of bhakti. Not even a moment of devotional service is wasted. It accompanies us into the future lives as well. Hence, Gajendra could recall his past life devotion, and so can any devotee. Fifth is essential practices. Every devotee should daily chant the Maha Mantra and practice prayers like Nasya Stuti. Material things offered in the Lord's service become spiritualized, uplifting both the object and the soul. Sixth takeaway was the preaching through service, Adnyata Sukruti. By engaging others in practical service, even if they cannot yet grasp philosophy, they become purified and ready to receive transcendental knowledge. This is the secret of preaching. And the seventh takeaway was correct understanding of Omkara, which is not impersonal void, but a sound vibration representing personal supreme person. And that is why Vedic mantras begin with Om to directly invoke remembrance of the Supreme Lord Vasudeva. So on the path to Krishna consciousness, no one ever loses. Every effort, every mantra, every service, every prayer is eternal, purifying. Lord's remembrance, especially chanting of holy name, protects us in all circumstances of life. By following Gajendra's example, calling upon the Lord with full faith, we too can experience the Lord's immediate protection, eternal shelter. So please chant Hare Krishna, remember Gajendra's surrender, engage in devotional service, and always trust in the Lord's inconceivable potency. Just as He delivered Gajendra, He will certainly deliver us as well.